Hello everyone, and welcome to Pass Your PT, a physical test for military and law enforcement candidates and personnel. I'm Martise Moore, your Run Faster coach, and today I have the honor of running with numerous PT passer and GreenRunner, Tarik.
Hey.
Tarik is going to tell us a little bit about his experiences in passing the PT test. So we're going to get started, and he's going to tell us all about what it's like to pass your PT and how to pass your PT test. So here we go. All right, so Tarik, tell us about the different military and law enforcement agencies you've done PT tests for and passed.
Okay, so with the military, you run 2 miles, you do your push-ups and your sit-ups. And with LAPD, you do push-ups and sit-ups, you sprint a 300-meter sprint, and you run 1.5 miles. So the only difference is, with the military, you're running 2 miles, and LAPD, you're running 1.5 miles and a 300-meter sprint.
Okay, so you've done tests for the military and LAPD. Which one have you done the most recently?
The military.
Okay. And what's that like when you do a PT test in the military? Like, what's it feel like? Is it high stress? Do you know you have a plan going in when you do it?
My plan is just to get it over with as fast as possible.
Okay.
Because they get you up at 4 in the morning.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right, cool. So, but for those people who've never taken a PT test before, like, what advice would you give to them in terms of how to prepare for it?
For me, I stretch the night before and make sure I drink a lot of water, a lot of fluids. And just, since I'm so tight, I do a lot of stretching the night before, so that helps me out.
But in terms of training, what did you do for training? Like, you hired a Run Faster coach, which was me.
I did.
And why did you do that?
Because I hate running.
Okay. Not anymore. He used to.
Not anymore. I was a typical Army guy that just liked to lift weights.
Okay.
So push-ups and sit-ups have always been my strength. It's just the running part that I really was kind of average on.
Okay, and so from training with me, what did you learn? Like, what is one of the biggest things that you learned from your training, running training?
I learned how to, my foot placement, breathing, and pumping your arms when you want to go faster and getting your knees up.
Okay. So what's the biggest benefit you got out of having a running coach? Because I don't think a lot of people consider getting a running coach to pass their PT. Because in your PT test, you have to get certain times to pass.
That's correct.
Right? So what happens if you don't pass?
They kick you out.
Okay. Or you don't get the job, because a lot of people...
Yeah, you don't get to go to schools, the military schools. You don't get the bonuses if you want to re-enlist. You don't advance to the next rank if you don't pass.
Or just get in general if you've never been in the military or
if you're in,
law enforcement before.
You can't go on those cool deployments like to different countries if you failed your PT test.
Okay. So why would you suggest that other people potentially get a Run Faster coach to help them train for their PT test? We're going to go this way.
Because I just know on my own, I wasn't going to run on my own like that or push myself. So with Martise, she pushed me out of my comfort zone and made me actually challenge myself. So I went from running my
he loved me for it too.
Sometimes. So I went from running my 2 miles in 16 minutes, and I dropped it all the way down to, I think the last time I did it was 14:58. And so that was a really big decrease, and I was happy about that.
Okay, good. And also with the LAPD, you actually had to do a sprint for the first time because you were in the military. Just explain your situation. So you were in the military. I
was in the military and never really had to do sprints that way.
Okay.
And so I was kind of scared. I was one of the oldest guys in my class.
Okay.
And I just want to be prepared for it. So that's why I started out with a running coach to help me with my sprints as well.
So sprinting on the test is a different type of training than, running long distance.
It really is.
Okay. What is something that you learned from sprinting versus, running long distances, and how important it is to have a coach to kind of guide you in that?
I realized there's two different energy systems.
Okay.
And so if you get out too hard, hard, you're going to gas out.
Okay, that's on the long distance. And then on the sprinting.
And in the sprinting, you want to get out hard.
Right.
Kind of ease up, maintain.
Right.
Then once you come to your final destination, pick up speed again.
So tell us about what you've learned from taking PT tests. Like, what are some of the takeaways that you get when you take those tests? Besides just wanting to get it over with.
I can kind of gauge where I'm at and see what I need to improve on.
Okay.
And
also, is this an opportunity to make an impression on your commanding officers?
it is.
Okay.
Because they look at your PT scores and they rank you at the end of your academy stay, you get in an LAPD, you get a wish list of where you want to go.
Right.
And if your PT score is high, you're going to get that division you want to go to.
Okay, yeah, that's really important because we are talking about passing your PT test, which is really important. But obviously, you want to do more than pass. You want to make an impression. So, like I know for Tarik, he wants to be in the excellent range and those kinds of things too. So, those are some of the things that we work on in terms of getting him to the next level in his running so that he can get to the excellent range on all the exercises he has to do in the PT test.
Because on my first day with LAPD, one of the first questions was, how's your PT score? And I was like, oh, okay. So I told my FTO I was at the exit range. And he's like, okay, not bad. But, you know, you never can do anything right with your FTO.
And for us civilians, what does FTO mean?
Your field training officer, the guy that's going to train you while you're out doing your patrol duties.
Okay. And I think one of the other important things about doing well on your PT test, besides just wanting to pass, this is an opportunity to show how much heart you have. Because they're always looking for that, right? Like.
Yeah, they are.
So I want to thank Tarik for telling us about his experience. Do you want to leave us with any other kind of advice for people who are either going to take it for the first time or have one coming up? What would be your advice for them?
Just find out what your weaknesses are, and just go from there. If running is your weakness, then give it to running coach. And if push-ups, sit-ups is your weakness, give it somebody that can help you with that.
Okay.
So I would just find out what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then go from there.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for your time, and it's definitely an honor and a privilege to train you and run with you. So thank you so much for sharing your story. And if anybody has any questions about how to prepare and train for a PT test, please contact me at greenrunnerla.com. And until next time, keep running, everybody.
Thank you.